स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ लं नमस्ते गणपतये। त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं तत्त्वमसि। त्वमेव केवलं कर्तासि। त्वमेव केवलं धर्तासि। त्वमेव केवलं हर्तासि। त्वमेव सर्वं खल्विदं ब्रह्मासि। त्वं साक्षादात्मासि नित्यम्। ऋतं वच्मि सत्यं वच्मि। अवत्वं माम् अववक्तारम् अवश्रोतारम् अवदातारम् अवधातारम् अवानोचानमवशिष्यम् अवपश्चात्तात् अवपुरस्तात् अवोत्तरात्तात् अवदक्षिणात्तात् अवचोर्ध्वात्तात् अवाधरात्तात् सर्वतो मां पाहि पाहि समन्तात्। त्वं वाङ्मयस्त्वं चिन्मयः त्वमानन्दमयस्त्वं ब्रह्ममयः। त्वं सच्चिदानन्दाद्वितीयोऽसि। त्वं प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि। त्वं ज्ञानमयो विज्ञानमयोऽसि। सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तो जायते। सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तस्तिष्ठति। सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि लयमेष्यति। सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि प्रत्येति। त्वं भूमिरापो नलो निलो नभः। त्वं चत्वारि वाक्पदानि। त्वं गुणत्रयातीतः। त्वम् अवस्थात्रयातीतः। त्वं देहत्रयातीतः। त्वं कालत्रयातीतः। त्वं मूलाधारे स्थितोऽसि नित्यम्। त्वं शक्तित्रयात्मकः। त्वां योगिनो ध्यायन्ति नित्यम्। त्वं ब्रह्मा त्वं विष्णुस्त्वं रुद्रस्त्वमिन्द्रस्त्वमग्निस्त्वं वायुस्त्वं सूर्यस्त्वं चन्द्रमास्त्वं ब्रह्म भूर्भुवस्वरो। गणादिं पूर्वमुच्चार्य वर्णादिं तदनन्तरम् अनुस्वारः परतरः अर्धेन्दुलसितम् तारेण रुद्धम्। एतत्तव मनुस्वरूपम्। गकारः पूर्वरूपम्। अकारो मध्यमरूपम्। अनुस्वारश्चान्त्यरूपम्। बिन्दुरुत्तररूपम्। नादः सन्धानम् सगंहिता सन्धिः। सैषा गाणेशविद्या गणकऋषिः। निजृद्गायत्रीच्छन्दः श्रीमहागणपतिर्देवता। ॐ गङ्गणपतये नमः। एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ती प्रचोदयात्। एकदन्तं चतुर्हस्तं पाशमङ्कुशधारिणम् रदं च वरदं हस्तैर्बिभ्राणं मूषकध्वजम्। रक्तं लम्बोदरं शूर्पकर्णकं रक्तवाससम्। रक्तगन्धानुलिप्ताङ्गं रक्तपुष्पैः सुपूजितम्। भक्तानुकम्पिनं देवं जगत्कारणमच्युतम्। आविर्भूतं च सृष्ट्यादौ प्रकृतेः पुरुषात् परम्। एवं ध्यायति यो नित्यं स योगी योगिनां वरः। नमो व्रातपतये नमो गणपतये नमः प्रमथपतये नमस्तेऽस्तु लम्बोदरायैकदन्ताय विघ्नविनाशिने शिवसुताय श्रीवरदमूर्तये नमो नमः। एतदथर्वशीर्षं योधीते स ब्रह्मभूजाय कल्पते। स विघ्नैर्न बाध्यते स सर्वत्र सुखमेधते स पञ्चमहापापात् प्रमुच्यते सायमधीजानो दिवसकृतम् पापन्नाशयति प्रातरधीजानो रात्रिकृतम् पापन्नाशयति सायम् प्रातः प्रयुञ्जानो पापो भवति सर्वत्राधीयानोपविघ्नो भवति धर्मार्थकाममोक्षम् च विन्दति इदमथर्वशीर्षमशिष्याय न देयम् यो यदि मोहाद्दास्यति स पापीयान् भवति सहस्रावर्तनाद्यय्यम् काममधीते तन्तमनेन साधयेत् अनेन गणपतिमभिषिञ्चति स वाग्मी भवति चतुर्थ्यामनश्नन् जपति स विद्यावान् भवति इत्यथर्वणवाक्यम् ब्रह्माद्यावरणम् विद्यान्न बिभेति कदाचनेति यो दूर्वाङ्कुरैर्यजति स वैश्रवणोपमो भवति यो लाजैर्यजति स यशोवान् भवति स मेधावान् भवति यो मोदकसहस्रेण गजति स वाञ्छितफलमवाप्नोति यः साज्यसमिद्भिर्यजति स सर्वम् लभते स सर्वम् लभते अष्टौ ब्राह्मणान् सम्यग्राहयित्वा सूर्यवर्चस्वी भवति सूर्यग्रहे महानद्याम् प्रतिमासन्निधौ वा जप्त्वा सिद्धमन्त्रो भवति महाविघ्नात् प्रमुच्यते महादोषात् प्रमुच्यते महापापात् प्रमुच्यते महाप्रत्यवाजात् प्रमुच्यते स सर्वविद्भवति स सर्वविद्भवति य एवम् वेद भद्रम् कर्णेभिः शृणुयामदेवाः भद्रम् पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः।
Om Shri Sai Ram. My heartiest welcome to all on this cold evening. Thank you for being with us today. Unfortunately, many of our members are under the weather. And though the hall is empty, but they are all virtually online. So they are with us virtually. And it's my great honor, especially with Swami's grace, to have Dr. Yogashri Bharat here today to give us a Harikatha. And Harikatha is something that I always enjoy watching in YouTube. She is a disciple of the Harikatha exponent, Miss Vishaka Hari. And when I found out that the disciple is here, like I got so excited. So it was our privilege to have you here with us today to offer this offering to Swami at part of our 99 celebrations. And then with Yoshri, we found another new member to our family, a tabla player, Agya. Like I'm not sure if I'm saying his name correctly. Welcome, and then we are happy to have you with us to our family, part of our tabla players. So thank you. And last not least, our brother Ram Darbar, one of our own, to accompany Yogashri. I don't want to take up too many time, but let's welcome her and let Swami to guide us this evening. Thank you, Sai Ram.
சரச முரளி பால சரச முரளி சுதாரச பால சரச முரளி சுதாரச பால சரச முரளி சுதாரச பாவ மதுர லஹரி விஹார கோபால 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 சரச முரளி நீலநளின ருಚಿರ ನೀಲನಳಿನ ರುಚಿರ ತಳಲೋಚನ ನೀಲನಳಿನ ರುಚಿರ ತಳಲೋಚನ ನೀಲನಳಿನ ರುಚಿರ ತಳಲೋಚನ ನಿಗಮಸಾರ ಮೃದುವಚನ ಚಿತಮದನ ನೀಲನಳಿನ ರುಚಿರ ತಳಲೋಚನ ನಿಗಮಸಾರ ಮೃದುವಚನ ಚಿತಮದನ ನಿಗಮಸಾರ ಮೃದುವಚನ ಚಿತಮದನ ಬಾಲ ಸರಸ ಮುರಳಿ ಸುಧಾರಸ ಭಾವ ಮಧುರ ಲಹರಿ ವಿಹಾರ ಗೋಪಾಲ ಸರಸ ಮುರಳಿ ಹೇ ದಯಾಕರ ಸಾಗರ ರೂಪ ಹೇ ದಯಾಕರ ಸಾಗರ ರೂಪ ಹಿಮಕರ ವೀಕ್ಷಣ ಕೃತ ಸಂತಾಪ ಹೇ ದಯಾಕರ ಸಾಗರ ರೂಪ ಹಿಮಕರ ವೀಕ್ಷಣ ಕೃತ ಸಂತಾಪ ಮಾಧವ ಕೋಟಿ ದಿನಕರ ಶೋಭಾ ಮಾಧವ ಕೋಟಿ ದಿನಕರ ಶೋಭಾ ಮಾಧವ ಕೋಟಿ ದಿನಕರ ಶೋಭಾ ಮಮ ಹೃದಯ ನಟನ ಮಗುಟ ಕಳಾಪಗು ಮಮ ಹೃದಯ ನಟನ ಮಗುಟ ಕಳಾಪಗೋವಲ ಸರಸ ಮುರಳಿ ಸುಧಾರಸ ಭಾವ ಮಧುರ ಲಹರಿ ವಿಹಾರ ಗೋಪಾಲ ಸರಸ ಮುರಳಿ ಸರಸ ಮುರಳಿ ಸರಸ ಮುರಳಿ. Namaskaram to everyone present here. First of all, thank you to Amita Aunty and the Sai Center for providing us with this opportunity to perform at such an auspicious occasion of the Guru's birthday celebrations. So we're very humbled to present today's topic, which is Krishna Leela. Lord Krishna is one of the incarnations of the Supreme Being, Lord Narayana. The Supreme Being, in truth, is one formless being with no form added to it. However, that being incarnates from time to time as God, as saints, as sages on the earth. Now, why does the Lord incarnate, one may ask? The simple reason being to eradicate the sufferings of all living beings. In fact, Lord Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita says, Dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. For each yuga, which is a cycle of time, at present we are in Kali Yuga. There has been a Krita Yuga, a Dwapar Yuga, a Treta Yuga, a Satya Yuga, and now we are in Kali Yuga. So for each yuga, Dharma samsthapanarthaya, in order to establish dharma, to establish moral etiquette, to establish peace, harmony, simplicity, and simply happiness amongst all living beings, all living creatures, not just the humans alone, the Lord incarnates. As said earlier, the truth is just one formless being. He incarnates, the form incarnates for our benefit, for the layman's benefit, so that we can perceive that formless being in the form of some being. In Sanskritam, an incarnation is often referred to as an avataram. So how does one or people like us benefit from these incarnations, if we ask? Many saints, many devotees, many sages have provided us with this answer. Be it from the north, we have Sant Tukaram, we have Sant Rahim, we have Sant Hussain, Raskan, Mirabai. We have from the west, we have Mirabai. From the east, we have Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. From Orissa, we have Jayadevar. I'm just mentioning one out of the many that are present from the Indian subcontinent. Or when we go down the south, we have Tyagarajar, we have the Alvars, the 12 Alvars, the 64 Nayanmars, the 63 Nayanmars, and so many saints. All of them say only one thing. Jananama Ranabhaya Shokaviduram Jananama Ranabhaya Shokaviduram Sakala Shastra Nigamagamasaram Jananama Ranabhaya Shokaviduram Sakala Shastra Nigamagamasaram Pibare Ramarasam Pibare Ramarasam Rasane Pibare Ramarasam Rasane Pibare Ramarasam Rasane Pibare Ramarasam Rasane Pibare Ramarasam Ramarasam Ramarasam. So these lines are taken from a composition composed by Sadashiv Brahmendral. Like the other sages throughout the Indian subcontinent, he says, why does the Lord incarnate for our benefit? Why? Janana marana bhaya shoka viduram. There is a lot of sadness. There is a lot of depression. There is a lot of trauma associated with the continuous cycle of birth and death. It could be in many ways. It could be in grief, in the form of grief. It could be in the form of poverty. It could be in the form of difficulty, and so many such problems that we all suffer just because we are born on this earth. So in order to eradicate ourselves from such materialistic sufferings, all the sages say, Pibare Ramarasam. All the sages and the saints ask us to do just one thing, just to drink the nectar of Ramarasam, the essence of Rama, the essence of Narayana, the essence of Shiva, the essence of Parvati, or who you may pray to. Why? Sakala Shastra Nigama because this being, this supreme being, is the essence of all Vedic scriptures and philosophies. So one shortcut that they tell us is just to utter the Rama Nama, the Krishna Nama, the Shiva Nama, the Murugan Nama, whatever that may be. And that's why the Lord incarnates. Lord Krishna, as we mentioned earlier, is Lord Vishnu's avataram or incarnation. The incarnation has been documented in detail in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam that's penned by Sri Vedavyasa. Of course, there are many references to other texts such as Narayaniyam, so many compositions by so many composers, the Alvar's Pashurams, and so many more. Today we'll be using the Srimad Bhagavatam and numerous other such texts as a reference for the Harikatha. So Krishna, unlike in the Ramavataram, which is also an incarnation of Lord Narayana, in the Ramavataram, the incarnation pretends to be a man. What we must do when we are born as a man, when we are born as a human being, how we must lead our lives peacefully. Whereas in Krishna Avataram, there is a stark difference. In the Krishna Avataram, the Lord showcases inconceivable, we cannot understand, unfathomable prowess, unlimited prowess through countless wondrous feats throughout the Leela. A Leela is a divine, transcendental pastime of the Lord. So many songs, so many bhajans one may have heard who sing in the praise of Lord Krishna, who incarnates as a supreme being himself. So today we will be looking at Krishna Jananam, how Krishna was born to be, and because of a limited time period, we'll be looking at one or two of his beautiful pastimes or leelas. Once, the entire world was overburdened by the increasing power of demons whose atrocities knew no bounds. So these demons, or people who were ruling the planet or the earth, were like asuras because they practiced all sorts of malpractices. There was no discipline, there was no etiquette, there was no morality, there was no dharma, there was nothing at all. It was a tyrannous rule. Everybody suffered under such corrupt rulers and kings. So the earth is considered to be Mother Earth. So the mother is overburdened by constant violation of the earth by these rulers. So she does not know what to do, as we all do. When we suffer, we go and pray. That's what she does too. She goes and prays to the creator of the universe, Brahma. Bhumir dripta nripavyaja daityani kashatayutaihi akranta burivarena brahmanam sharanam yayo. She goes to Lord Brahma and prays, "Oh Brahma, please protect me. Please show me some solution to help alleviate my problems." At that time, Lord Vishnu appears in the meditative space, appears in the meditative state of Brahma and says, "I will appear, I will take the form of an avataram and appear on earth and alleviate Bhumi Devi's sufferings." And saying so, he vanishes. As the days passed by, once in the Indian subcontinent, Rajadani tatasa bhut Rajadani Rajadani tatasa bhut Sarvaya Adava Bhubuja Rajadani Rajadani Tatasabut Sarvayadava Bhubuja Mathura Bhagavan Yatra Mathura 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 Bhagavan Yatra Nityam Sannihito Harihi 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 Hari 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 Hari. All of you can sing along. Hari 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 Nityam Sannihito Harihi Rajadani. So Gwalior, Agra and Mathura were three constituencies in the Indian subcontinent that was in control of the evil king Kamsa. So Kamsa was so corrupt, like all political leaders as we can imagine, that he had imprisoned his own father Ugrasena in the jail, who was the actual king of Mathura. He was just consumed by power. He was just consumed by the lust of power and control. He had no good ministers in his cabinets. All were asuras. All were asuras in nature. When we say asuras, they're all asuras in nature. They had all bad qualities. No one wanted to do any good for the people. They just wanted good for themselves. So that was the state of Mathura, the constituency in India. So one day, his cousin, sister, Queen Devaki, was to get married. She was getting married to a king named Vasudeva. So Kamsa, the brother, took personal care in order to perform the wedding with utmost pomp and grandeur. There was a lot of celebrations. Everybody was happy on that occasion. There was a huge procession on the streets of Mathura. So in those days, it was the chariot that was the mode of transportation. So usually there was a charioteer, like how we have chauffeurs at this present day and age for cars. There were charioteers. So these Kamsa, because it was his own sister's wedding, he says, no, I will ride the chariot myself for my sister. So he gets on to the chariot with Devaki and Vasudeva sitting at the back after the wedding. So as he was riding through the procession through the streets of Mathura at that time, Asya swam ashtamo garbho hantayam vahase buddha. Oh, foolish person. There was just an ominous voice that reverberated in the skies. Now, if there is someone randomly calling somebody, oh, foolish, would we turn? No. But Kamsa turned towards the voice to see. He was the only one in the whole procession who turned to see where is this voice coming from, proving that he was the foolish person that the voice was clearly referring to. So as soon as Kamsa looked up, he wanted to know where this voice came from. The voice said, oh, foolish person, the lady who you carry will be the mother of your death. Her 8th child will kill you. Saying so, the voice just vanishes. Kamsa, imagine if one knows the date of their death. I don't know how to imagine. I don't think we are in that position where we should know the date of our death. It is indeed a very sad day. But Kamsa, like I said, was in the lust of control. He wanted to control everything. So he thought to himself. He was afraid, of course. He was very afraid that he was going to die, that too from his sister's child. So what he thought, he will kill Devaki then and there to end the problem. He holds her hair from his left hand, and then he draws out his sword and is about to slash her throat. Imagine Devaki's plight, newly married Devaki. She was so afraid. Then Vasudeva, her husband, new married husband, stops Kamsa. He says, "Oh Kamsa, you are the pride of our family. You are the pride of Boja dynasty. Do you think it is fair for you to kill your own sister, that too on her wedding day? You should be the person who is protecting her. You're the brother after all. What would everyone say? What would everyone think of the king who did that to his own sister? You are the merciful person, and therefore you should not kill her." He feeds a few words to boost the ego of Kamsa. But in reality, Vasudeva continues to say, "You have nothing to fear. You know why? It is not Devaki who is your death. It is Devaki's 8th born child, or Devaki's children who are your death, who is going to be your death. So I will ensure that when Devaki delivers a baby, I will bring the baby to you. You can do whatever you want with the baby." So just imagine how a parent promised such words. The lesson that we need to learn from here, from value system here, that we could learn from, is the fact that Vasudeva was a newly married husband, yet he stood with Devaki through her difficult time and ensuring that nothing happened to her. That is one such value system we could learn from here. Kamsa knew that Vasudeva was a man of his word, and he agreed to let Devaki and Vasudeva go, not go out of his sight. So what he did, he captured Devaki and Vasudeva, and instead of a grahapravesham, it's a ritual that one does where the newly married couple, after the wedding, goes into their new home to start their new life. She didn't have grahapravesham. She had kara grahapravesham, which means the kara graham in Sanskritam means a jail. So instead of a grahapravesham, she went into a jail along with her husband. Both of them were tied up with shackles, with just no food to eat, and just to be lying around in a corner. So sad was the plight of Devaki and Vasudeva. In due course of time, Devaki was pregnant, and then she delivers a first-born child who was a son, whose name was Kirtiman. As promised, here again, this is the value that we must learn. As promised, Vasudeva, imagine the plight of the father, to take a baby, his own child, and give it to someone to just kill the child off. He had umpteen number of reasons to let the child be with them, but he didn't, because he honored his commitment. He honored his words. A lot of our texts, Vedic scriptures and philosophies, all revolve around honoring our words. Even the Ramavataram, in fact, revolves a lot around honoring our word, truth, honesty, and such principles. So Vasudeva went and gave the firstborn child to Kamsa. Devaki was very sad. She was crying. Kamsa at that point, for a split second, was very impressed that Vasudeva kept his word. For a split second, he thought, okay, good, Vasudeva, you came and gave me your first child. I believe that you're truly a man of your word. It's okay. You know what? It's the 8th child that I have to bother about. You can keep your baby. He lets Vasudeva go with the baby back to the jail. But that was only for a split second. So his mind was so fickle-minded that he immediately thought to himself, no, it is a supreme being who is going to incarnate, who is going to kill me. That supreme being can miss numbers and be born in different order, and then if he comes and kills me, then what will I do? So he thought to himself, I should not let that happen at all. And what if Vasudeva and Devaki begin to think that, okay, Anna, Bhaiya, let our child go this time. Maybe next time also he will let the child go and never bring that child again. So he thought of a lot of reasons within his own mind, and he decided, no, he's going to go and kill the baby. So immediately he goes to the jail, snatches the child. Imagine a baby. You can imagine a small child which is just like a pound of flesh. By the soft feet, by the legs, he snatches the baby from Devaki. Devaki was crying, Bhaiya, please don't do this. He snatches the baby, and then there was a huge rock that was placed against the jail. As soon as he snatched the baby, he smashes the baby's head against the rock with blood splashing everywhere. Devaki and Vasudeva's grief knew no bounds. They were crying. Why, Bhaiya? That child was not going to do anything. It was a baby. Why did you kill our baby? Imagine a mother's plight to see a child being killed in front of her own eyes. That is the worst kind of grief that a mother can face. But Devaki had to face that. She did not know what to do. Ruthless Kamsa, this was just one child. But every child that was being born to Devaki, the second, the third, he did the same in front of her eyes. The parents' grief they were helpless. They were just helpless. Devaki begins to cry, as she always does. This time she says, Oh Lord, aren't you supposed to be the compassionate one? Aren't you the one who's merciful? Why till now you have not yet shown even an ounce of grace? Shouldn't you be showing me at least a little bit? Can you show me some ounce of grace? Can you show me some pity? I'm feeling helpless. Give me some hope. She asks, am I a burden? Tamil, they say, na unakku baram in many Indian languages means burden. Na unakku barama. Brova barama. Brova barama. Raghurama. Brova barama. Raghurama. Brova barama. Raghurama. Brova barama. Raghurama. Bhuvanamillani vainalogani brova varama Raghurama. Bhuvanamillani vainalogani brova varama. So this Kriti is composed by Saint Tyagarajar. She asks, Brova Barama, am I a burden to you? That one single soul, you protect so many thousands and thousands, crores of souls across universes. One single soul, me, is it so hard? Am I a burden? Aren't you Bhuvanamellani? Aren't you the universe itself? Aren't you the protector of the universe? Shiva Sudeva Andakotla. Aren't you the Vasudeva who engulfs, who encapsulates the entire universe within you? So is it so hard to protect me? Please, please help me. Help me. She cries. That's what is our all. Whenever we pray, when we go and pray for hope and help, there is always hope and help. So she cries. And as days goes by, it was Devaki's 7th pregnancy. Adishesha, the serpent on which Lord Vishnu reclines, incarnates. Yogamaya, the potency of Lord Vishnu, the illusion as we call, she is Yogamaya. She transfers the pregnancy from Devaki's womb to a lady Rohini who happens to be in Gokulam, which is a village from Mathura, a small town, a village. And then Devaki is supposedly having a miscarriage. And Yogamaya herself manifests as a fetus in the womb of a Yashoda Devi, who is the town council head's wife in that particular Gokulam. Everyone assumes Devaki has had a miscarriage. Kamsa is now absolutely worried. He has lost count. 6, 7, 8, Teriliye, Puriliye, what to do? He's confused. Day and night, he keeps thinking about, oh my God, this Krishna will be born sometime. I don't know what to do. How do I protect myself? I don't even know which pregnancy it is. He keeps thinking. He does not bat an eyelid. He does not sleep. He does not eat. He's constantly in the thoughts of the Lord. In a way, he's a bhakta. In a way, he's a devotee. Lot of saints say, although he was an asura, he's a devotee. He became a devotee by constantly thinking about the Lord. The aim as to why he was thinking about the Lord, the reason could have been different. But he was a devotee. He became one without his own knowledge. So as the days goes by, an auspicious time arrives. Everyone, the entire universe is waiting for the appearance of the Lord. The entire universe seemed to be surcharged with a different kind of a vibration, with a different kind of a goodness, a different kind of peace, a different kind of beauty. The constellation Rohini appears, so do the stars Ashwini. Sun, moon, and the other planets are all peacefully aligned as usual. The entire earth seems to be breezy, a sweet smelling air through the entire universe was just doing the rounds, and that too a different kind of a sweet smelling air. All the water bodies were happily flowing with no trouble, with no drought. Everything was going amazing. The entire nature was celebrating, was waiting for the Lord's arrival. All the sages and the rishis began performing Vedic rituals and principles like yajnas and yagas and sacrifices and fire sacrifices. All the devas, all the demigods began praying, chanting prayers. The Gandharvas and the Kinnaras also began singing songs. The Apsaras and all the other heavenly beings began dancing, waiting for the arrival of the Lord. So as we can imagine, when a lady comes to term with her pregnancy, when she's about to deliver, I'm sure everybody will be rejoicing. So imagine how it would have been when the Supreme Being was going to incarnate. So the entire universe was surcharged with an extra ounce of energy. So as the Avani Masam, Rohini Nakshatram, in the month of Avani, the Hindu calendar month of Avani, during the August time, and Rohini Nakshatram, in the dense darkness of the night, a blinding light appeared. Tamadbhutam balakam ambujekshanam chaturbhujam shankagadadyudayudam श्रीवत्सलक्ष्मम् कलशोभिकौस्तुभम् पीताम्बरं सान्द्रपयोदसौभगम् महार्हवैडूर्यकिरीटकुण्डलत्विषा परिष्वक्त सहस्रकुन्तलम् Adbhutam Balakam. In the blinding light, Devaki and Vasudeva then rub their eyes. They see Adbhutam Balakam. They see a small baby who was wonderful. Adbhutam, are wonderful. Why? Chaturbhujam. Because the Lord had incarnated with his 4 hands. Chaturbhujam. The 4 hands had what? Shankagadadyudayodam. He had all his shankam, conch, chakram, the wheel, gada, the mace, and padmam, the lotus. His original form has all these 4 tools other than other weapons. So these 4 tools he manifests in the form of a child. As a child, he can't hold a big mace and a big lotus and all that, right? So when he's a small child form, all of these are also in a miniature size, like toys. The reason why he brings us a lot of interpretations, the reason why one such interpretation as to why did the Lord incarnate with 4 hands with Shankam, Chakram, Gada, Padmam is because poor Devaki was in the jail. She'll feel bad as a mother. She couldn't give any toy to soothe the child if the child would cry. All these kana, kini, all the ones that would make a lot of noise. A flower to soothe the child, she wouldn't be able to provide. So the Lord thought on her behalf and incarnated with those small miniature toys. Gadayudam Shri Vatsa Lakshmam Galashobhikaustubam. He also had the pearl necklace dangling across his neck. Pitambaram. He had a yellow veshti, a yellow cloth across his waist, which was shining. And not only that, Maharhavaidurya Kirita Kundalattvisha. He had a crown, he had beautiful jewelry, he had a beautiful, he had beautiful earrings, he had beautiful bangles, he had all jewelry as he had in his original form. So Devaki and Vasudeva observed the baby. Such a wonderful, brilliant child this looks like. The Lord was in the color. So when the baby is born, all of us, I'm sure, would look at how does a baby look like? The baby resembles mother, baby resembles father. How are the eyes of the baby? Is it round? Is it flat? How is the nose of the baby? How is the mouth of the baby? How is the hair of the baby? All this, all of us would notice, right? Same thing. Devaki and Vasudeva are looking at the child and observing the beauty of the Supreme Being. Imagine, normal babies, we are so attracted to their cuteness. Imagine the Supreme Being born. Imagine how cute, 20,000 times cuter he would have been. So Devaki and Vasudeva were just ecstatic. They then begin to observe how his eyes look like. Devaki sees Ambujalochana Kambushubhagriva Ambujalochana Kambushubhagriva Kambushubhagriva Bimpadara Chandra Bimbanana Ambujalochana Kambushubhagriva Bimpadara Chandra Bimbanana Champayana Sagra Latna Sumau Sharada Chandra Janita Madana Sharada Chandra Janita Madana Madhava Mamavadeva Madhava Mamavadeva Krishna Yadava Krishna Yadava Krishna Yadukula Krishna Madhava Mamavadeva Krishna Yadava Krishna Yadukula Krishna Madhava Mamavadeva Krishna Yadava Krishna Yadukula Krishna Madhava Mamavadeva So this Kriti is composed by Narayana Tirthar in the ragam Neelambari. So in this, he explains the beauty of Krishna. So Devaki says, Ambujalochana. So Krishna, baby Krishna's eyes are like that of a lotus petal. So have you seen the lotus petal? They're long, shaped eyes. So he has round, long, shaped eyes. Bimpadara Chandra. He has beautiful cheeks, round cheeks that resembles the moon's diameter, width, everything. And then he also has beautiful cherry red lips that are quivering. Babies' lips will quiver when they're born. So she observes all of this and she says, Madhava, Mamava, Deva. She says, Madhava, Madhava, O Krishna, you were born for me to alleviate my sufferings. You were born for me to show compassion on me. Mamava Deva Krishna. She says, as a mother, what else can she do? She was helpless, but she was happy at the same time that the Lord was able to protect her finally. And at that time, as she was observing the baby, Devaki and Vasudeva began to do prayers as they knew that the baby was not a normal baby, it was the Supreme Being. As soon as they complete the prayers, the Lord appears in his original form as Vishnu, and he says, O Mother Devaki, O Father Vasudeva, please take me from here and put me in Gokulam with Yashoda Maya and Nanda Maharaj. They will adopt me, and there is a baby girl that's born, bring her here. So those were the rules that the Lord had laid out for them. So as soon as the vision of the Lord vanishes, the Lord manifests himself now into a human child with 2 hands and 2 feet. Devaki and Vasudeva were happy, but at the same time sad, because they didn't know when Madhava, Mamava, when their Madhava was going to come back to them, but they knew this is what they had to do. So as soon as Vasudeva lifted baby Krishna, all their shackles broke loose. The jail door opened on its own. The guards were fast asleep. And luckily there was slight rain that was happening, a slight thunder, a slight weather change, a beautiful breeze and rain was happening around. And this aided Vasudeva. So as Vasudeva left the jail out of the palace, so at that time, Mathura was separated from Gokulam by the Yamuna river. So it still exists, the Yamuna river, one can go visit the Yamuna river even today. So he had to pass through the Yamuna river, as that was the shortest to reach Gokulam. So Yamuna, in fact, just like how in Ramavataram, in the previous avataram incarnation of Narayana, the Samudra Devata, the sea god, paved way for Rama's bridge to be built between India and Lanka. The same way, in Krishna Avataram, Yamuna paves way for Vasudeva to wade through, as he was holding Lord Krishna in a small basket, a bamboo basket. He was holding the Lord on the head, because that's the place where the Lord needs to be, on the head. Rain was pouring. He did not know how to protect the baby. So Adisesha, the serpent manifestation of the Lord, comes and provides hood, or provides an umbrella for the Lord to be transported from Mathura to Gokulam. And as Vasudeva comes to Gokulam, he leaves the baby. He speaks to Nanda Maharaj. He leaves the baby there. Yashoda is unaware of this, as she is unconscious after giving birth to the baby. Vasudeva could not leave the baby, but he had no choice. He left the baby with great grief, and he picked up the baby girl that was there, as per the Lord's instructions, and came back to Mathura. And as soon as he came back to the jail, the shackles locked themselves up, the jail closed up, rain stopped, and the guards immediately woke up, and the baby girl began crying loudly. Kamsa knew that the 8th child was born. Now he immediately came to the jail. He held the baby's leg as usual. Devaki says, "Please, Bhaiya, that's a baby girl. Please don't do it. The prophecy said son would kill, but this is a baby girl. Please don't do it." Kamsa is not a person who would listen to anybody's good advice. As soon as he held the baby girl's foot, the baby gave him a huge kick. She just kicked him and flew into the atmosphere. Sayudashta Mahabhuja. She appears as Yogamaya, as Durga, with all her 8 hands, all weapons, Trishulam, Shankam, Chakram, all the weapons. And she says, "Oh, you fool, you thought you could kill me? The person you're looking for is somewhere safe and sound. He will definitely kill you. You are such a fool, you better stop your atrocities right away," she says, and she just disappears. Kamsa's fear after that was just 1,000 times manifold. And there are so many stories beyond this where Kamsa begins to send many multiple asuras and demons in order to find different babies and kill the baby who is Krishna. That is something that is for another day. He goes on sending asuras, and that's how the Krishna Leela proceeds. But now let's turn our focus to Gokulam. Gokulam is now, the next day morning, bright sunshine. Everybody is excited, ecstatic, as they all want to celebrate the first birthday of the baby child that was born to Yashoda. They then know that it was a boy who was born, and everybody was celebrating with toranams. They had already decorated the streets because they knew Yashoda had delivered that night. So they decorated their streets with toranams, with rangolis, with colors, with lights, with lamps. So Mathura, Brindavan and Gokulam, their livelihood was, they were all cowherds. So they would protect the cows and get milk products and other sorts of products from the cows. And, they would make curd, they would make clarified butter, ghee, butter, and sell it all across towns. And that was their livelihood. So they were playing with balls of butter, ghee, and that was the kind of celebration that they were celebrating. Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj were absolutely happy looking at the baby Krishna who was born. And then, so there is a ritual which is called the cradle ceremony that is done, where the baby is placed in a cradle so that everyone can come through the town, can come and bless the baby with all well wishes possible. So all of them come for the cradle ceremony, and Yashoda sits there proudly, happily, without knowing that the Supreme Being was her son who had come. She was rocking the cradle unknowingly, but very happily she was rocking the baby cradle. Adi sitale shode jagad ಆಡಿಸಿದಳೆ ಶೋದೆ ಜಗದೋಧಾರಣ ಆಡಿಸಿದಳೆ ಶೋದೆ ಜಗದೋಧಾರಣ ಆಡಿಸಿದಳೆ ಶೋದೆ ಜಗದೋಧಾರಣ ಆಡಿಸಿದಳೆ ಶೋದೆ ಜಗದೋಧಾರಣ ಜಗದೋದ್ಧಾರಣ ಮಗನೆಂದು ತಿಳಿಯುತ್ತ ಜಗದೋದ್ಧಾರಣ ಮಗನೆಂದು ತಿಳಿಯುತ್ತ ಸುಗುಣ ತರಂಗನ ಅಳಿಸಿದಳೆ ಶೋದೆ ಸುಗುಣ ತರಂಗನ ಅಳಿಸಿದಳೆ ಶೋದೆ ಜಗದೋದ್ಧಾರಣ ಆಡಿಸಿದಳೆ ಶೋದೆ ಜಗದೋದ್ಧಾರಣ. So this kriti is composed by Purandar Dasar. ಆಡಿಸಿದಳೆ ಶೋದೆ. So the music of the composition is set in a metric. You can't go to the cradle and do ಆಡಿಸಿದಳೆ ಶೋದೆ. The baby will just wake up and start crying. So Purandar Dasar was very considerate that if this composition has to be for Krishna's, Lord Krishna's cradle ceremony, ಆಡಿಸಿದಳೆ ಶೋದೆ. So she does the rocking in many forms. Shode. One more time, she just increases the speed a little bit. As he was not sleeping, he was opening his eyes here and there. Then she goes on rocking. Then everybody comes to see the Jagadodharana, the Supreme Being, comes to see the beauty of the Lord and blesses the child. Because she is just unaware that he is a Supreme Being. She just pours all the love and simply ಆಡಿಸಿದಳೆ ಶೋದೆ ಜಗದೋದ್ಧಾರಣ. So that was the beauty of Lord Krishna's first birthday. Even till today, every Avani Masam, every August, we all celebrate Janmashtami with such fervor. So imagine how it would have been the first birthday of little baby Krishna. So as he grew up, in the interest of time, he went through many leelas. I will tell one other small leela and we can wrap up the Harikatha. So as he was growing up, he was now a toddler. There were many such leelas before and after, but now he was a toddler. So when you're a toddler, terrible twos is the new thing that's happening. So he was so mischievous, so mischievous. He was talkative, he was mischievous, but everything in a good sense. He was not a bad child, he was a good child. So Balarama was his elder brother. So one day, Balarama and Krishna were playing in the courtyard of Gokulam. So even today, when you go to Vrindavanam, you can see Nanda Gokulam, which is in the form of a hill. You can see, you can all climb up, and Krishna's house was on the top of the hill. That was Nanda Maharaj, who was the town council head. He was the panchayat head. So it was on the top. So Krishna, Balarama, his friends, and all other kuti, small calves were around playing. They're playing with mud. So each one was taking a ball of mud, throwing each other, building sand castles and all such things. So playfully, Krishna takes a ball of mud and gobbles it up. Now Balarama gets anxious. So Balarama goes running. Maya, Maya, he goes running to Yashoda. Maya, you know what? Yashoda asks, what Balarama? Krishna gobbled mud. So Yashoda, as a mother has a protective instinct, right? Any small thing that happens to the child, the mother startles. So she's that too, a baby, she will be even more startled. She was startled. She goes running to the courtyard. She goes running and then she catches hold of Krishna. Krishna, come here. He was running a little bit. Come here. She says, Re Re Balaka, Re Balaka, Chapalatwamiha Kim. Re Balaka Chapalatwamiha Kim Mritpindam Mashnasi Tannavanita Golamapi Navanita Golamapi Santyajamalam Sagraham Prichanti Miti Mataram Sarabhasam Alokya Bhitaswakam Sarabhasam Alokya Bhitaswakam Sarabhasamālokya bhītasvakam Mritpindam Ashnasi Maddattam Tannavanita Golamapi Santyajamalam Sagraham Prichanti Miti Mataram Sarabhasamālokya bhītasvakam Vaktrabjam Vikachaya Lokamakilam Lokamakilam Pradarshayan Madhava Re Balaka. She says, oh Balaka, Mritpindam Ashnasi Kim. Why did you have mud? Mritpindam Ashnasi Kim. Tannavanita Golamapi Santyajamalam. Having sacrificed the beautiful, tasty balls of butter that I had made for you, you have left that aside in that cup and you're eating mud instead. Why? Tell me why. Krishna was very mischievous. She says, open your mouth. Balaramanna said, you ate mud. Krishna says, no, Maya, I did not eat mud at all. She's like, Balaramanna came and told me, Balaram Bhaiya told me you had mud. He says, nowadays, Balaram Bhaiya has caught on a new habit. He's lying these days. Don't believe his words. I am telling you the truth. I am the truth, he says in a very mystic, cryptic manner. She says, no, what? I'm not going to listen to you. She holds him by his hand, but then he's trying to dodge Maya's questions, as though he was afraid. As though he was afraid, he was moving around his eyes here and there mischievously. His two hands with dimpled fingers were tucked at the back, bluish black skin tone that resembled clouds that were laden with rain, curly black hair with a peacock feather as a stylish factor tucked into his beautiful hair, with his cherry red lips quivering at his mother. And then he was moving his toes. He was making, with small toe, he was making rounds, circles in the sand like that. And he was moving from side to side very sheepishly. And on his pudgy little baby tummy, he had these aranya kodi, or what is that, a jewel that is tied across the waist for these kids. So because of that movement he was doing, it was crinkling, you know, it was making the bells in those aranya kodi crinkle. So all this was happening, and she's like, show me your mouth, open your mouth. And as soon as Krishna opens his mouth, Taige Bayalli Jagavanne Torida Taige Bayalli Jagavanne Torida Taige Jagavanne Torida Taige Bayalli Jagavanne Torida Jagadodharaka Namma Jagadodharaka Namma Udupi Shri Krishna Jagadodharaka Namma Udupi Shri Krishna Krishna ni begane baro 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 begane baro mukhavanne toro begane baro mukhavanne toro begane baro mukhavanne toro begane baro begane baro mukhavanne toro Krishna ni begane baro So this Kriti is composed by Vyasaraya, one of the Ashtadasas of Karnataka. So he encapsulates the entire Leela, this divine pastime. He says, as soon as Krishna opens his mouth, she has a divine vision, a cosmic revelation. Within Krishna's tiny little mouth, she sees the entire Jagat. She sees the entire Lokam. She sees the entire universe. She sees universe. She sees parallel universes. She sees the Milky Way galaxy. Within the galaxy, she sees the solar system. She sees multiple other galaxies. In the solar system, she sees the Earth. In Earth, she sees different continents. She sees a subcontinent. In that subcontinent, in the northern part of India, in Uttar Pradesh, in Gokulam, she sees one courtyard which is there. Then in that courtyard, she sees one Yashoda. That Yashoda is looking into that little Krishna's mouth, where through that Yashoda's eyes, she sees parallel universe. It's like an inception. She's able to see universe within universe, parallel universe talking to each other. She's able to see Krishna basically reveals his cosmic self in that particular instant. Yashoda is not able to understand, and she just is about to faint. She just is like has a slight spin of the head. And Krishna Pavam, he did not want to trouble his mother. Before Mother Yashoda says, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Krishnaya Paramatmane, before because there are so many people who are going to sit and do that. We are all there to do that. But he has only one mother. He has only one Yashoda, one Devaki. So immediately, through his mystic powers, he ensures that Yashoda forgets. And Yashoda then is back to remembering the mud incident, and she says, okay, from now on, Krishna, don't have any mud, okay? I will give you very good food. Don't have any mud. Saying so, she hugs Krishna. So to commemorate this Leela, I would like to sing a bhajan, and all of you could repeat the bhajan. Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare, Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare, Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Janardana, Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare, Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare, Achyutananda Govinda Madhava, Achyutananda Govinda Madhava, Sachidananda Narayana Hare, Sachidananda Narayana Hare, Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare, Achyutananda Govinda Madhava, Sachidananda Narayana Hare, Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare, Achyutananda Govinda Madhava, Sachidananda Narayana Hare, Narayana Hare, Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare, Krishna Govinda Narayana, Achyutananda Govinda Madhava, Sachidananda Narayana Hare, Sachidananda Narayana Hare, Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Govinda, Krishna Govinda, Krishna Govinda, Krishna Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare, So such was the beauty, the transcendental. That's why his leelas are called divine transcendental pastime, that is inconceivable and unfathomable. So Krishna grows up, and many such leelas happen during his entire incarnation, time of incarnation on the earth. In this limited time, we tried to present a very humble effort to present the Krishna Jananam and one of Krishna's Bala Leela. And I would like to thank and take this opportunity to thank everyone present here, Amita Auntie and everybody else present here, and of course, with the divine grace of Satya Sai Baba. Thank you.
Thank you, Swami. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I was, initially I was like, oh my God, a lot of people are missing. And then I felt we were the chosen one to listen. And that's how I felt. And hopefully we can hear the next part of the Krishna's Leela soon. And in the introduction, I forgot to mention that beside learning from Vishaka Hari, her Carnatic guru was Vidushi Srimati Jayalakshmi Srinivasan. Prior to that, I think Yoshri started learning music at the age of 4. Is it from your mother? Yeah, mother Srimati Radha Bharat. And then she proceeding to learn from Mrs. Jayalakshmi Srinivasan since 2013. Also, beside her musical career, she holds a PhD in chemical engineering. And may Swami continue to bless you, and I wish all the best. Nothing but the best. We hope to see you more. And then also Agya, thank you. Like when I reached out to her, I was like, okay, who can I reach for accompaniment? I just messaged Vignesh, even though he was out of town, and then he was like, I'm happy to be in town, and like I'll introduce you. So I was so happy I reached out to him and hear you play, and thank you for being with us.
For the opportunity.
No, thank you. And then of course Ram for just thank you. And then Auntie, so a little token of our appreciation from Swami.
सत्य साई महादेवा मंगल हारति अंदुको मंगल हारति अंदुको मंदर गिरिधारी ओम जय जगदीश हरे नारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय समस्तलोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोका सुखिनो भवन्तु शान्ति 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 जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की ब्रह्मार्पणं ब्रह्महवे ब्रह्माग्नौ ब्रह्मणाहुतं ब्रह्मैव तेन गन्तव्यं ब्रह्म
ॐ ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात्। 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 ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात्।